Hello everybody and welcome to this video in which we are going over how to get sprites to glide. Now this is really useful in many different projects. We're just going to look at the technique in this so you can add this feature to your own projects. I'm just going off this example of getting a fish to glide around. Okay, so first of all, motion is where we're going to find the glide block. So you go into the blue blocks here, the motion blocks, and down here you can see you've got glide to random position, and you've also got glide to X and Y coordinates there. And we're going to start with this one right here. So X coordinates left and right, that's X, and Y controls up and down. 0, 0 is bang in the middle. So if I put here glide 1 seconds to X of 0 and then Y of 0, that will get the fish sprite to glide right to the middle of the screen, and it will take 1 second to do so. There it goes. Okay, so it's right in the middle, 0, 0. You're going to see there as well, X, you see 0 and Y 0. If I move this across this way like this, you're going to see X has increased, Y is slightly decreased into negative numbers there. And if I move it up, if I go up this way, Y will increase. See, so Y, as it gets bigger, as Y gets bigger, you're going further up the screen. As Y gets smaller, watch it, down into negative numbers, you're going lower down the screen. And X, as X increases, you're going to the right, and X decreases, you're going to the left. And again, if I want to get to go to the middle, I'm just going to glide it 1 second back to 0, 0, which is right in the middle. Of course, we can change this. If I put a longer number in, so if I put 5 seconds, it will just slow the fish down. It will take 5 seconds now to glide its way, to swim its way leisurely across the screen to the coordinates there, X0, Y0. Okay. Now in projects you might want to combine this, you probably do, with other blocks like goto. So goto, let's say we want it to always start in the same position, right? So let's say we want it to start over, just get rid of that moment, over here somewhere. So it's going to go over here and then it's going to glide its way into the middle. Notice when I move the sprite around over here, automatically these are updating and changing. So look at what it is there, negative 175 for X and Y is negative 100. If I move the fish sprite, watch what happens, it's changed. It reflects where I've placed it, which is really useful. Didn't used to do that in Scratch 1.4, it does it now in this Scratch 3, so that's excellent. So I can just use that now and it will go to that position at the start of what I'm doing. So maybe I could start to use some blocks, so maybe I'm going to say events. Okay, so when space key pressed, maybe it's going to go to that start position to reset it, and when I click the green flag to start my project, then that's when it's going to glide to the middle. So I press spacebar to get it back there, and then when I want to glide it, I can press green flag and it will glide like so. And that's it really. That's how to get sprites gliding. Press the space key, it's going to go there, and I can then just press that and it will glide its way there. Okay, just to finish this off, you can of course combine these to get, like, so for example, if you're doing a virtual fish tank, a simple version of it, you might want the fish to kind of follow a set pattern, like it's looping around, like it swims there, then it goes down there, turns around and comes down here, and then it goes there, yeah. So you combine it with loops and that kind of thing. Very quickly look at an example of that, and of course to look at loops you can point in direction that you can check out the cards on that, but just as an example using glide. So let's say the fish is going to glide 5 seconds, not to the middle, but let's put it kind of across to the right side of the tank and slightly higher, so it's kind of swimming up and right in its fish tank. That's the first thing it's going to do, and then it's going to kind of descend, it's going to come down the fish tank, so it'll come back to motion for our glide blocks. There they are. So we want this one, maybe it's going to swim slightly across, so X maybe 150 maybe, so it's coming across a bit more to the right, and it's coming down the tank, so I don't know, negative 25 maybe on Y. Then it turns around, so we're going to get it to point in direction, right? So this is useful, not 90, because when you click on this you can see that's pointing right, which it is now, but I want it to turn right around to face left like that, so it'll be pointing in direction left, which is negative 90. Drop that on. So it's over here somewhere, it's turned around, and it's going to kind of keep going deeper and deeper, but more across to here on the left side of the fish tank. So let's go to glide, and of course if you wanted to, you could actually move it to make it easier. If you wanted to, you could actually move it to where you want it to go to, and then you can see it's already automatically changed it. Okay, well that was easy, wasn't it? Maybe it's going to take its 3 seconds to swim its way over there, and then I'm going to point it back in. And you know what? I may as well just put this at the start of everything, because it's just going to then loop around, and it's going to go back to that position. So right at the start, I'll get it to point in direction right, which is that 90 by default, and I guess I want it in a loop. Right, so control, just put it in a forever loop for now. Just want it to constantly swim around. One thing is it'll go upside down when it points in direction left, because I haven't set rotation style. So in motion again, if I come down, I'm scrolling down on the motion box coming down, set rotation style left right, that will force it to only be left right. It won't be able to circle around upside down and everything. So that will look a little bit more natural. And let's just see if that's worked. So it's gliding up. Then it's going to glide 1 second a bit more and down, and then it turns around and it goes to the bottom edge, and then it's going to loop around. So it's just looped back to the start position where it points in direction right and goes to that point, and now it's here going to this point, it's turned around, and now it's going down there, and then it will loop around, turn right like that. And there you go, that's one way to get a fish just on a constant loop to swim around its virtual fish tank like that. Of course, that's just one fish, you could have many. Change your backdrop and do all the fun stuff with it as well. Anyway, hope that was useful. That's how we can glide sprites around a screen in Scratch. Hope it is useful, and as always, until next time, take care.